Hey guys, so I'm back with another tutorial slash giveaway, and this is actually an airbrush foundation tutorial. I haven't done one in a really long time, and I was at the New York makeup show last year talking to Eric, who's the president of Graftobian, and he mentioned they were coming out with a new airbrush design, so I was like, well, perfect timing to do a video on it because I haven't done an airbrush video in a really long time. So I'm going to show you the system. I'm actually wearing the foundation that I use in the tutorial, which will follow my little review of the system and the giveaway and all that. So if you're interested in airbrush, let's say you're a makeup artist, or maybe you are just an avid makeup user and you like airbrush, this is going to be really helpful for you. I love the Graftobian Walk-Around system. It's an exclusive system that I use in my travel makeup kit when I go on gigs, because I found that it's probably the most powerful walk-around system I've ever used for body, face, all kinds of different airbrush makeup. And I'm going to show you the new system and show you what all you get on it. So it comes in really good timing because IMATS LA is coming up this month, so I'm going to upload this before that. And you'll be able to get the system at a deal. Usually it's $300, the complete system, but it's going to be $275 at the show. And that's actually a really good deal because you get a lot. So this is the whole system with the makeup. I'm going to show you the glamour makeup that comes with it. I think online you can also get the FX makeup if you choose to do so. But this is the old system. This is the one I actually used in this tutorial to get this look because it's the exact same, it's just a different design. And as you can see, I used it with a battery. And after this, going over everything, I'll do the tutorial and I'll do a voiceover on how I got this complete look. Pretty much everything was airbrushed except my brows, which I had on a lip gloss, and then I set everything with coordinating Graftobian powders. So the new system, here it is. Yay! So this is the new leopard print, shiny leopard print design. So as you can see, it's nice and glossy and really, really cute, and the other one is more of a basic black. I love this. I think it's really cute, but not like tacky. It's cute and it's glossy, easy to clean, and I'm really excited to start using this one. They also have a shiny black and a shiny hot pink now, just so you know, so you can choose different ones. So in the walk-around system, you get the compressor, and this is actually the battery attached to it. So you can detach the battery, which has a cord that goes into the power outlet. This power outlet also can be used with the plug. So if you are next to an outlet, you can just plug this part in here and plug it into the wall, so you don't need the battery. I like always carrying the battery just in case I'm on a gig and I don't have access to an outlet. And it's really, really powerful and really strong, and I just charge it before every gig just to make sure it's charged. It's come in really handy in like hotel rooms and you're not always by an outlet, or if you're on set or outdoors. So that's that. Here is a little hole where you can place the gun. So as you can see, it's really convenient because I've had other guns, gun holders, like my diner, and it's just broken off. But this is like built in, so it will not go anywhere. And when I'm not using the gun, I just keep it in here. So you get the airbrush gun. And the airbrush gun is a little different with this system. It's a continuous flow, meaning when you turn it on, so I'm going to turn it on, it has a continuous airflow, so you can feel it. And in order to have foundation come through, you just pull back this button, and I think it has a little bit of cleaning fluid in it. So the more you pull it back, the more foundation that will come out, and you adjust the PSI by this little dial right here. So you can go from very light to the point where you can do eyeliner to very full coverage where you can do body makeup. That's why I really like it, because a lot of the other systems are kind of more consumer level, meaning that they don't go so high and they're not meant for more advanced makeup. So that's why I really like that. So you also get the battery charger, so it's a separate plug. Like I said, I charge my battery before every gig, just in case. You get a rubber hose. So the rubber hose attaches to the gun, and then you plug it into the little airbrush compressor. You get different converter plugs, so this is really nifty if you go international, has Asia, Europe, US, all that, and really good because if you travel, you can have the right outlets for it. And it also comes with the HD Makeup 101 DVD, which is really great because it's a great educational tool. And Susan Patterson teaches the course on here. She's Emmy Award winning makeup artist, like really great industry knowledge. And you can do learn all kinds of makeup: airbrush, regular traditional foundation, everything HD makeup. So this alone is a great tool. And I've actually watched it, and it's really, really helpful. And then, besides that, you get tons of makeup. So that's really, besides it being like one of the best compressors, the thing that sets this kit apart is that you get so much makeup. So in the Glamour, meaning the regular airbrush foundation system package, you get enough makeup to pretty much go ahead and just start airbrushing people. So pretty much you get this little kit right here. You actually get 3 of them. So this is the HD sampler pack. Now Graftobian breaks its foundations into neutral, warm, and cool. So you'll get the neutral set, which is 5 foundations that come out of the row of like the super palette. So you get 5 foundations which match 5 airbrush colors, which I love about Graftobian is that they coordinated their cream foundations to match their airbrush foundations, and also has coordinating HD pro powders. So like you can layer effortlessly. So in the tutorial, I put down cream foundation first as a concealer because it's very pigmented. You just need a little bit. And then I layered it with the airbrush foundation just to kind of give that nice, like, flawless finish. So you get the neutral, and in here I have the warm, and you also get the cool. So you have 15 shades of airbrush with the 15 cream foundations. And this stuff is so pigmented, like, it will last forever. And I love that you can use the cream makeup on its own, like if you wanted to. But when I travel, I just carry those, and like this dropper is tons enough because you only will need like 6 drops for a whole face. So really, really good. And it also comes with the airbrush cleansing fluid because you need that to clean. And in addition to those, in the tutorial, I showed you how to use the HD Pro powders that I said coordinated. I showed you how you could set the makeup with that, as well as highlight and contour, because pretty much I started with a cream base and an airbrush, then I set with powder just to kind of show you how to do it. And I also used a blush from one of the Graftobian Warm Blush palette. And then I also showed setting powder with the French Silk Luxe Cashmere HD setting powder, which is also pretty new. So this is what it looks like, and I hope this tutorial will be helpful for you guys, especially if you're a makeup artist and you've been wanting to learn airbrush. And I've had a couple of requests to do airbrush. So I know, like, I always get questions on tons of different systems, and I've really tried them all as a beauty blogger. But this is the one I use in my kit, so that speaks volumes. And yeah, if you're at iMatch, check it out, the Graftobian booth, and you can play with the system and just try it out yourself, or you can buy it online at graftobian.com. Really great deal. So I'm going to give one of these complete systems away. It's just like, this is an amazing price. So all you have to do is follow me on YouTube and follow my blog. I'll have the blog post for this video linked in the description box. So follow my blog on YouTube, and then leave a comment on my blog post telling me why you want to win. And I'm going to ship this to anybody, international, domestic, wherever you are. You'll get the system, and it's this is probably one of the best prizes I've given out in a really long time. So thank you, Graftobian, for sponsoring the giveaway. And yeah, so stay tuned for this airbrush tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy. Ciao, fellas. Alright, time for the tutorial. The first step is to prime using Graftobian Anti-Shine Primer, blending it in with my Vortex Flat Top Buffer Brush. Now I'm going to correct first using the 5-pan corrector palette. There's also a wheel version which contains deeper colors for deeper skin tones. I'm using the peach first to correct my under eye circles using the synthetic blender from the Vortex set. And then I'm going to do green to help redness around my nose, and then I'm going to use yellow and use it as a highlight. So I'm placing this all over the planes of my face that I want to bring forward, and then buff that in really good so that way it blends nicely. So this is all a base for my highlight with the foundation, airbrush foundation later on. So once you're done with that, then you can go ahead and move to concealing. So I'm using the 5-pan palette from the warm set, and I'm going to use Desert Sand, which is actually my skin tone, and I'm going to go ahead and conceal with a blender brush. This is the Universal Blender from the Vortex set. All of these are my Sedona Lace Vortex brushes, and I'm also using the Luxe Essentials. So by concealing first, and I don't have to put as much foundation later, it's going to be more for like evening the skin tone. So now that I concealed, I'm going to go ahead and contour with a darker color in the set, and it's nice because it goes from light to dark, so you can pretty much have everything you need in one 5-pan palette. So this is, I believe, Golden Sunset, and I just do a light contour with the cream as a base for my airbrush later on. I love to layer because it just lasts longer, it looks more natural, and you just need a tiny bit of this cream foundation because it goes a long way. So I blended that all in with the foundation brush so it's everything seamless. And then now we can move on to the airbrush. So I put a few drops of that Desert Sand, or actually I put a few drops of Buttermilk, which is the lightest color in that 5-pan warm set. And that's going to serve as my highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it in the gun. It's called Back Bubbling. And then spray it on a tissue. And now I'm highlighting with the lightest color first onto where I want the lightest color to show up, which is on my under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, middle of my forehead, my chin. And this is a really natural highlight because I'm only putting a few drops of foundation from the airbrush, probably like 3 drops. I use the lightest color first so that way I don't muddy up the colors later, and then I don't have to clean my gun in between. So just go ahead and keep moving your gun in circular motion so that way it's a nice even spread. And that's the highlight. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean the gun, spray out the rest of that lighter color, and I'm going to move to Desert Sand, which is my foundation color. So since I'm going to a darker color, I don't have to clean the gun, which is a plus. So add a few more drops of this second shade, which is Desert Sand, and you're going to go ahead and spray that all over. I kind of left the highlighted areas untouched because I want that to remain light. So now it's more of me evening out my skin and giving that nice flawless finish. As you can see, I go in light layers and build coverage so that way it's not wet and drippy. Light layers, let them dry, and then go back for more coverage. And as you can see, my skin's just kind of improving. That's how airbrush is. Like, you just notice that the texture and the finish just starts to look better as opposed to looking like you're piling on foundation. So here I am applying that, and then I can go ahead and move on to my contour color. So this is the 3rd shade in the palette, the 3rd darkest, and it is called Golden Sunset. I need just a few drops of this because I'm only putting this on the contoured areas of my face. And like I said, it's the darkest color last, so I don't have to clean out the gun. And then I'm placing it in the contours of my cheeks, on the sides of my nose, my temples, on my jawline, anywhere where I want it to kind of recess and slim. Alright, so now we are using a lighter pressure because we don't want to muddy up our face, so it's nice to go in lighter layers to get the color only where you want it. And that's pretty much the contour process. This is what the foundation looks like wet. It looks pretty good, but when we're going to take an extra step and just use the airflow without pushing back on the foundation to dry it. And then I'm going to set everything with powder. The first powder I'm going to use is the Graftobian HD Luxe Cashmere powder in the new shade French Silk. I'm using my Luxe Essentials powder brush, so I'm going to use a tapping motion so that way I can set everything in place without disturbing the coverage. This is going to lock it and also help to kind of melt together the highlight, contour, and foundation so it's even more seamless. So you can also use the HD Pro powders to give more color to the face. So here I'm using my cheek brush from the Luxe Essentials set to add a little bit more light highlight and a darker contour. Or if you go a little too light or dark, you can also correct it with a corresponding powder. And to finish off, I'm going to go to the Graftobian Warm Blush Palette. Add a little bit of color using this pinky peach blush right in between the highlight and contour to fill in that gap. And like I said, this gives nice color back to the face. And if you go a little too heavy with a blush, you can always take your powder brush and just kind of put a little powder over to diffuse it. So that's the final look, the powdered down look. And I'm using a little bit of setting spray. And now I'm cleaning my airbrush gun, of course. You're going to clean it after every single use so it stays nice and tidy. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and check out makeupbyRunRun.com. Till next time, ciao Bellas!